We're good. Okay. Welcome, everybody, tonight to our May Town Board meeting. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. We have a crew from our ambulance corps here in the Windsor volunteers. I asked them to lead us in the pledge. Michael? Pledge allegiance. To the republic which stands one nation. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, before we get started, we'll kind of go around to see who's with us tonight. We have our town board with us tonight. On my right, Steve Moreau, Steve Padetti. My left is Sylvia Santiago and Eve Lincoln. Have the town clerk with us, Kelly Allegra, Highway Superintendent Anthony Bayo, Police Chief Robert Doss, and our town attorney, Dave Zagon. And manning the computers is Danielle Barrett. I am George Myers. So we'll get started. The first item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding animals to allow the issuance of multi-year dog licenses. In other words, multi-year, you could get a dog license for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, depending upon the rabies shots. So it's a requirement that we hold a public hearing. So I'll open the public hearing if anybody wants to comment on this, and we'll kind of hold up a minute for the folks who may be on Facebook that might want to comment. Okay, nobody, Danielle? All right, Chair, entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the public hearing in the matter of amended Chapter 96 of the Town Code, Town of Windsor, to allow for the issuance of multi-year dog licenses. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau,
Yes.
Councilman Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, after considering all of the information presented to it, and hereby declare the proposed local law entitled A Local Law to Amend Chapter 96 of Town Code of Town of Windsor to allow for the issuance of multi-year dog licenses will not have a significant impact on the environment, and thus authorize the supervisor to execute the attached Part 3 of the SCAF and adopt a negative declaration concerning same, and hereby adopt the attached proposed local law entitled Local Law to Amend Chapter 96 of Town Code Town of Windsor to allow the issuance of multi-year dog licenses. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. And we're required to have another public hearing, which has to do with vehicle and traffic. No parking signs on Plimpton Street. That was a request from a resident, and we had Lieutenant Faya from the police department go out and take a look at it, made some recommendations for some signs. So once again, we're required to hold a public hearing. We'll kind of hold up for a second to see if anybody comes on the Facebook for a comment, or anybody in the audience. No? Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, close the public hearing concerning the adoption amendment to Chapter 280 of the Town Code of Town of Windsor entitled Vehicles and Traffic to clarify the area prohibited parking on Plimpton Street. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby adopt the attached local law amending Chapter 280 of Town Code of Town of Windsor entitled Vehicle Traffic to clarify the area prohibited parking on Plimpton Street pursuant to Section 10 and 11 of the Municipal Home Rule Law, direct the town clerk to publish pursuant to law. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau.
Yes.
Councilman Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Okay, next item on the agenda is a public comment period just on agenda items. If anybody's here to speak to an agenda item or on Facebook, we'll kind of hold up for a second. And I neglected to mention that our receiver taxes is with us, Susan Scheibel. Almost in the last row, but not quite. One day you'll move up closer and I'll be able to see you. Danielle? Okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, approve the minutes of the public hearing for the Community Development Block Grant Fiscal year 2023, the public hearing for the adoption of the amendment to Chapter 280 of Town Code, Town of New Windsor, entitled Vehicle Traffic at the Town Board meeting, all held on April 6, 2022, as per copies posted at Town Clerk's Bulletin Board and the paper, same identified, same distributed to each of the Town Board members. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, whereas the nationwide average survival rate for cardiac arrests which occur outside a hospital is 9%. And whereas on April 8th, 2022, the Windsor Volunteer Ambulance Corps, doing business as the Windsor Emergency Medical Services, here and after the Windsor EMS responded to a call for cardiac arrest. Whereas through the use of defibrillation, Michael, what is this word? What is it?
Transcutaneous.
Transcutaneous, okay. Pacing, New Windsor EMS will be able to revive and stabilize a patient such as the patient was alert in conversation upon arriving at the emergency department. Now therefore, resolved, Town Board Town of New Windsor hereby recognize the dedicated and professional crew members of the New Windsor EMS and further express its gratitude and congratulate the members of the New Windsor EMS for their professionalism, efforts, and successful outcomes on behalf of the residents of the Town of New Windsor. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. So once again, the ambulance corps does a great job with people in these cardiac arrests, and 9% of people don't make it. And I think our rate is much higher than that. But I'd just like to mention the people who were there: Kowalski, Arcello, Felice, Seymour, Diaz. So those of you who were there and those who were here with us tonight, we know what a great job we do. We appreciate what a great job we do. And just yesterday, we had Cohen and Seymour go on a cardiac arrest, and we had the same outcome. So we seem to get people, and I always tell people when they ask about ambulance arrests, I'm going to tell you, in the Town of New Windsor, I can pretty much guarantee you that we're going to get you to the hospital. What happens after we get you to the hospital, it's out of our hands. But I can guarantee you that our crew will get you there and make all the necessary arrangements for when you get there that people will know what to do. So on behalf of all of us, and we all talk about you guys, and we know that just the other night, some board members were at an association meeting with towns, and they kept referring to the Windsor Ambulance Corps, the Windsor Ambulance Corps. They do it right. They're the ones, they're the ones, they're the ones. So we know that. And I just wanted to do this and let you know that you are appreciated. And sometimes people don't really even know what's going on, but we do, and I'm very supportive of you guys. Michael does a great job. The board's been great. I mean, we've done some reorganization here, and we look for a continuation of great things from you people, and we really appreciate your effort. So now, Michael, if I was you and your crew, I would bail out now, because this thing's gonna go on for a while. So I'll hold up a second for those of you who are smart enough to bail out. But thanks for coming. Okay, next item is receive and file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receive and file with the town clerk the attached consent of Craig Cartwright and Janelle Cartwright to donate a permanent easement over and through their property to the Town of New Windsor for slope stabilization in connection with the Slope Hill Road Pavement Settlement Embankment Stability Project. I have a couple more motions, items regarding this. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize the town super to execute the attached proposal for professional services to the total amount not to exceed $1,500 from Tectonic Engineering and Surveying Consultant, PC, for meets and bounds description of proposed permanent easement in connection with the Sloop Hill Road Pavement Settlement Embankment Stability Project. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor hereby authorizes supervisor to enter into and execute the attached task order number 2207 with MHE Engineering, DPC, for engineering services related to Creamery Drive Culvert Repair and Lining Project. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, regarding that Sloop Hill, I just want to acknowledge Anthony Fayo's work in that project's been kicking around a long time. And you've done a lot of Band-Aid out there, and you came to me and said, the Band-Aid box is empty. So we're gonna fix that, and I appreciate you bringing it to the board's attention. And we're very supportive of what you do too. So what you come to us with, we try to, we do find the money to get it done, because there's a lot of safety issues involved here. And I just would be remiss in not mentioning that the work that you've done to keep it going, but we reached the end of the road. So now we're gonna fix it up, and that'll be the end of it. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, author supervisor, enter into and execute the attached task order 2208 with MHE Engineering, DPC, for engineering services related to the Lake Road Culvert Replacement Project. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, once again, Anthony brought this to our attention. I think this was part of that. I asked you guys to tell us some of the things that we needed to get done, and this was one of those things. And once again, thanks for keeping the town board advised of what we need to do, and we're very supportive of what you do. Chair will entertain a motion, town board, Town of Windsor, authorize the town supervisor to execute the attached proposal of professional services in the amount not to exceed $5,700 from Tectonic Engineering Surveying Consultants, PC, for surveying services plus reimbursables related to Creamery Drive Culvert Replacement Project in accordance with the resolution attached here to. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. So this is another project that brought to my attention, and I was pretty much hounded by Councilwoman Santiago to get this done, and I thought it was just gonna replace a little pipe. I had no idea that we're in the, so this is something that's overdue too, that I think we're gonna correct now, and that'll be the end of that. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute the attached proposal for professional services in the amount not to exceed $4,800 from Miracle, Norton, and Tortelli Marshall and Engineering Land Surveying for surveying services plus reimbursables related to the Lake Road Culvert Replacement Project in accordance with the resolution attached here to. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, so this is that Lake Road Culvert Project again. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor hereby introduce a local law to amend Chapter 280 of the Town Code, Town of New Windsor, to create an area of prohibited parking on Walnut Street, declare the matter a type 2 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, call a public hearing to be set for June 1st, 2022 at 7 p.m. at Town Hall for 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. Authorize the town clerk to advertise per same pursuant to law by publication and posting all in accordance with the resolution annexed here to. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this is also a recommendation from Lieutenant Fayo, so we'll hold a public hearing and see where that goes. Another receiving file. Hearing no objections, Town Board, Town of New Windsor hereby receiving file with the town clerk, the attached email from Michael Villarosa, PE, Orange County Department of Public Works, dated April 1st, 2022, forwarding New York State Department of Transportation, forwarding Department of Transportation findings and determination following review of Town of New Windsor's speed limit study on 12 town-owned roadways, and the Town of New Windsor requests to reduce the speed limit on those roadways. So what we did as a board, we sent some motion to the state DOT. We're looking for them to lower the speed limits on those roads on the western ends, and it's become very populated now, and it's 40 mile an hour, and we wanted to get it to where the minimum that we could do would be 30. So the answer to that was, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached notice of order of the New York State Department of Transportation reducing the speed limit to 30 miles per hour on Morse Hill Road from Mount Airy Road to Route 207, a distance of 1 mile plus or minus in the town of New Windsor. So of all those roads that we sent out there, they only granted that one road to be reduced. I talked to Mike and the attorney's office. We're now asking them for an explanation as to why. We really need to find out why they just said that one road. I know the police chief and his crew do some traffic enforcement out there, but we can't be everywhere. And that's why we try to slow people down when we can. Shall entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby introduce a local law to amend section 280-27B of the chapter 280 of Town Code, Town of Windsor, to remove Morse Hill Road from said section, thereby reducing the speed limit on Morse Hill to 30 miles per hour. Declare this matter a type 2 action pursuant to State Environmental Quality Review Act. Call the public hearing to set for June 1st, 2022 at 7 p.m. Town Hall, Town of Windsor, 555 Union Avenue, Town of Windsor, and authorize town clerk to advertise for same pursuant to law by publication and posting all in accordance with the resolution annexed here to a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember,
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
So once again, that's that same Morse Hill issue. We required to hold a public hearing. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receiving file of Town Clerk the attached long-term maintenance agreement dated April 13th, 2022 between the Town of Windsor and Village of Curious Joel, which provides for protection and restoration of Riley Road and all property and existing infrastructure located in the Town of Windsor during for and for a period of 2 years following the Village of Curious Joe's installation of its raw water main within Riley Road. I'll speak to that in a minute. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the amended street opening bond number 015215738 dated October 7, 2021 from Liberty Mutual in the amount of $20,000 together with 3 surety riders dated March 2nd, 2022 and March 18th, 2022 and April 8th, 2022 respectively, which collectively increased the bond amount to $1,809,830. So this is Curious Joe, which has an agreement that dates back to, I think, to 2011, where they're going to get a tap at the aqueduct and it'll be done at the Riley Road plant. And I'd like to acknowledge the work that the town attorney's office did in this with these bonds and getting this to where we wanted to make sure that we had everything there. John DeGito from KMO and Mike Weeks from our engineering firm did a lot of work to ensure that if there is any water main problems, that we'll be able to repair them immediately. So this project, I think, they haven't started yet, I don't think, Anthony, but we need to keep an eye on them when they're going out there. We wanted signage on either end of Riley Road. Okay? And they have to maintain one lane open at all times. So maybe you could have a supervisor, chief, take a look at that when they get going, make sure that it looks right. See, this something we'll have to keep a good eye on. Another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receiving file of the town clerk the attached fully executed task number 2206 with MHE Engineering DPC for any engineering services related to the townwide highway paving project. So this is this long-term 4 or 5 year project that we've undertaken to pave every road in town. And this highway superintendent along with the engineer have pretty much put the schedule together. When will they start? Did they give you any indication?
County bid's supposed to start next month. Actually,
Yeah. What's your best guess when they actually start working?
He's thinking doing 2 sections.
Okay,
It'll be a couple months.
all right. All right, and we know what happens after that, chief, right? And we have caught speeding because now the roads are in pretty good shape. So it's hard to win. All right, another receiving file. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor receiving file with the town clerk the attached fully executed task order number 2209 with MHE DPC for engineering services related to that Sloop Hill Road stabilization project. So I would imagine that may be going on for a while too. They able to use that road? I mean, will that be open?
Yeah, so we're gonna try to keep it open. When we're working, might be down to like 1 lane.
Okay, as long as it's open. So I'll keep an eye on that. When that comes to fruition, we'll have to get some police activity out there too, just to make sure. Another receiving file. Here, no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, hereby receive the town with the town clerk, the attached fully executed engagement letter retaining the accounting firm Nugent Hauser PC to conduct consultant audit required by New York State Department of Transportation as part of the closeout requirements of the project commonly known as replacement of the Lake Road Bridge over the Metro North Road Port Jervis line. So I think this is getting down to the end. If they're doing that, and this project's been a long time going, and hopefully we get to the end of it. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file with this field is file. The State Pollutant Disclosure Elimination System, the SPEEDIes, discharge permit renewal, New York 0280984, DEC number 33348-00287/00001, effective April 12th, 2022, expiring March 31st, 2027. So that's just a speedy submit for Butter Hill Land. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached letter from the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation warning New York State Infrastructure and Improvement WIA grant in the amount not to exceed $14,785,201 to the town of Windsor for its Caesars Lane Water Treatment Plant expansion and outflow treatment upgrades. So this was a huge grant for the town. This is a $60 million project that we now have gotten 25% of it grant money. And I just wanted to say that Mike Weeks and Quinn Malarkey from McGoey House that probably did the yeoman's work in this. And as usual, we had some help from our town attorney's office and John Ajuda McCamo. So I think we were all surprised to see this and happy. So, and we're moving along on that. And there'll be some, I think the next motion has to deal with that. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law calling for sealed bids for the Caesars Lane wastewater treatment plant membrane bioreactor system pre-selection, which shall be received and publicly opened on the 19th day of July, 2022 at 2 p.m. local time in the office of the town, New Windsor Town Clerk, 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. Town Board, Town of New Windsor reserves the right to reject any and all bids. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this is part of that $3 million upgrade and expansion of the wastewater treatment plant. And this is the main treatment part that's coming up now. So this will be with us for, I'm guessing, 5 or 6 years before this project gets to where it's finished, but it's going to be a long haul. We got to start someplace. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to execute change order number 1 with Boyce Excavating, Inc. for an extension of contract time by 142 days to allow for restoration of lawn areas, completion of deficiency list items, and project closeout, as well as a balance the contract line items overrun during construction, all of which resulted in a $20,740.27 credit to the town. Said change order shall be in the form acceptable to town attorney with the approval of the town engineer. Motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Okay, so a credit is always good. And they've been having some trouble with the restoration because everything is wet out there, hard to get the landscapers in. Then I think he lost one of the landscapers, but we have fielded some calls from residents, and I assure them that we are not leaving them. We're going to make sure that it's done. And these people have been pretty receptive. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize super to execute the attached change order number 1 with Gentech Limited to revise generator size and fuel type on standby generator maintenance service contract for a net change in the annual cost of $55. Such change order shall be in a form acceptable to town attorney with the approval of the town engineer. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, we have now Gentech doing all the generators, like 34 of them, and I guess a couple of them needed a little more work than he thought. So this is $55 more per year. So it's not a lot of money, and that's what this is about. But there are 34 generators that he's now servicing. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, hereby authorize super to execute the attached professional services proposal with Ecological Solutions LLC for wetland permitting services in connection with the upgrade of Town of Windsor Caesars Lane wastewater treatment plant in the amount not to exceed $10,000. Motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. This has to do with that outfall pipe that's part of the next thing. I mean, it's a process that's just going to go on and on. Another receiving file, hearing on objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, hereby receiving file with the town clerk, the attached amendment to the agreement between the Town of Windsor, Goey Hauser Russell Consulting Engineers, DPC, MHG Engineering, DPC, for engineering services to construct modification upgrades to the Town of Windsor wastewater treatment plant. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
So, receiving.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's receiving file. I have a note here that says receiving file. Okay. We're gonna hire somebody. I'm gonna make a proposal to the town board sooner than later about an engineering firm to kind of overlook what's been going on with our town engineer, just to make sure that we're kind of covering all the bases and not get ourselves in trouble with anybody. And I've spoke to Mike Weeks and he's fine with that. And as soon as we get a little further, when is that meeting with DEC? Is it the 18th, 20th? 19th. Okay, so probably around that time I'll begin to, I have some names. Water, when is the DEC? Is there 20th? Okay, that's Kelly, right? Okay, okay. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize the supervisor to execute the attached professional services proposal for Adelaide Environmental Health for design, asbestos abatement plans, and asbestos project air monitoring service to, in connection with the town hall roofs and West building roofs replacement project. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Detti,
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln,
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, this is another big project that's long overdue. We've got leaky roofs and we've been putting Band-Aids on it for so long. My building and grounds, Pete Fidetti, he's gonna have a stroke, so we're gonna get it fixed. We actually had a ceiling fall in on somebody, so we're moving along on that, and I thank Mike Weeks and Keith Fidetti for all the work that they've done on this. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to enter into and execute the attached task order number 2210 with Goey Hauser Russell DPC, engineering service related to the New Windsor ambulance roof replacement. Motion? Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe.
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes. Same thing with the ambulance corps roof. We kind of been patching that up, and as long as we're doing the town hall, we're gonna do that. And that was pretty much a suggestion of Building and Grounds Chief there, Keith Bedetti, and we got together with Mike Weeks and said, if we're gonna do, let's do them all, and then they'll be good. Keith likes to stay for 30 years. Neither one of us will be here that long. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law, calling for sealed bids for the town hall and ambulance cost roof projects, which shall be seen in the public open the 28th day of June, 2022 at 2 p.m. in the office of Town Clerk, Town of New Windsor, 555 Union Avenue. And the town board reserves the right to reject any and all bids. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe.
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, receiving and file with the town clerk, the attached letter from New York State Homes and Community Renewal dated April 14, 2022, awarding Town of New Windsor $495,600 in the Community Development Block Grant, Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act CARES funding for the replacement improvement of the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, as well as installation of new touchless plumbing fixtures and a sensor-activated front entrance door at the Town of New Windsor Senior Center, commonly known as Moresco Center. So this is another grant that I need to acknowledge Mike Weeks jumping on this. They told, when we called up about it, they said, no, there's plenty of money, so you can take your time putting it in. And Mike kind of probably has heard that story before, so he kind of rushed through, put it in, and we got approved for $495,600. And other towns, 2 or 3 or 4 weeks later, put in, and they said the money's all gone. So, I mean, I appreciate Mike getting on it. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to enter into and execute a grant agreement in substantially the same amount as annexed hereto, together with any and all necessary documents between the Housing Trust Fund Corporation, Town of New Windsor, to facilitate the funding via the Coronas Act Relief Economic Security CARES Act of the project for the replacement improvements in heating, ventilation, conditioning, HVAC, as well as installation of new touchless plumbing fixtures and sensor-activated front door for the Town of New Windsor Senior Center, commonly known as the Moresco Center. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe.
Yes.
Councilmember Detti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln.
Yes.
Supervisor Myers.
Yes, so once again, we were kind of supportive of our seniors. That's who uses this building, and I'm just happy that we're able to kind of update. That's another old building that the town's been band-aiding together. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize the supervisor to execute the attached professional services proposal of Air Environmental Consulting LLC for pre-renovation inspection, bulk sampling, and suspect asbestos-containing building material and lead-based paint inspection sampling in connection with the Town of Windsor Senior Center Improvement Project as recommended by MHE Engineering in the annex corresponding. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes. Okay, so we're very sensitive to asbestos, so we're on that, and it's a struggle to get these people in, but we have been very successful. Gentlemen, entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, authorize supervisor to enter into and execute the attached agreement for an engineering services, MHE Engineering, DPC, for engineering services related to the project for the replacement, improvement, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, HVAC, as well as installation of new touchless plumbing, fixtures, sensor activated front entrance door to the Town of Windsor Senior Center, commonly known as Mesco Center. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby authorize supervisor to execute an attached professional services proposal with Air Environmental Consulting LLC for pre-renovation inspection, bulk sampling of suspected asbestos containing building material for roofs of buildings located at 334 Avenue of the Americas, Suite 400, commonly known as 334 Avenue of the Americas, Building 2414. 334 Avenue Americas, commonly known as 334 Avenue Americas, Building 2418. 2420 Avenue Americas, commonly known as 334 Avenue of the Americas, Building 2420. And 2422 Avenue Americas, 334 Avenue of the Americas, Building 2422, in accordance with the recommendation of McGoey Hauser, DPC Annex here to. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, this is the IDA property out there at Stewart that the IDA's been handling, and that people have been getting pretty cheap rent to be there. So we kind of marshaled the forces, and we have now sent them on the right path. And I appreciate Dave Zagon did most of the work here, and I appreciate that. But Todd Wiley was involved with Keith Padetti and Mike Weeks and myself. We've been out there, we've talked to these people. So I think we have this under control. The IDA was just bailing out, and I think they're even moving with it. I think they're going to go. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to the resolution annexed here to determine the lease of land-owned property commonly known as 334 Avenue Americas, Building 2420, identified on the Town of New Windsor tax map as Section 3, Block 1, Lot 51, is a Type 2 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, requiring no further action. And further authorizes supervisor to execute 3-year lease with 2 one-year mutual options to extend between the town and Mello Company, Inc., in substantially the same form. The draft lease attached hereto for the total sum beginning at $36,228, with Mello paying the utilities and the 3% rent escalation clause for each subsequent year. Motion?
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, so will be the lease that just authorizing me to sign once Dave Zagon gets comfortable with it. And looks like they're gonna stay there. So they must have been having a pretty good deal for the money that they were paying. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor, pursuant to the resolution annexed here to hereby determine the lease of the town-owned property commonly known as 334 Avenue Americas, Building 2422, identified in the Town of the Windsor tax map as Section 3, Block 1, Lot 51, as Type 2 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, requiring no further action, and further authorizes supervisor to execute 3-year lease with 2 one-year mutual options to extend between the Town of the Windsor Seiko Silk Screen in substantially the same form as those drafted lease attached here too for either Suite 100 or 200 of Building 2422 for a total sum of $53,976, with the town paying for utilities, or for Suites 100, 200, 300, which is pretty much a whole building for 2022. For the annual sum beginning at $54,000, with Seiko paying utilities. and for 3% escalation clause for each of the subsequent years in each lease, all subject to permission referendum. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes, okay, so Dave, I guess we'll have to see where they go, and once again, say it again? Okay, well, I mean, I was out there with you last week, and they seem like they want to stay, which tells me that they had a pretty good deal there. Okay. 35. Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby amend the 2022 standard schedule of fees as stated on Schedule A, Annex here to motion.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yes.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yeah, these are some changes that the board had discussed and came up with some new numbers for the dog park, where the Windsor res is $45, Lyme res is $90, the Windsor seniors 20, and any veteran from any town 20. And then there's been some issues with overtime down at the cemetery. So I got together with the town clerk and Keith Vedetti, and we've come up with some new fees there. So we'll cover our overtime. And then there's some issues here with annual licenses for dogs. So that's what that motion was about. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor, receive and file the annual pond management services contract between Solitude Lake Management and Town of Windsor for the pond at the Windsor Woodlawn Cemetery. This is kind of an annual thing. They've always been doing it. They seem to do a good job. It kind of looks a whole lot better than it did years ago. All right, chill. Oh, I'm sorry. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor hereby receive and file with the town clerk the attached summons and complaint in the matter of Catherine Barrio versus Town of Windsor. I guess Catherine was walking on Hudson Drive, I think in the vicinity of 36 Hudson Drive, and somehow fell, and I think making an allegation that the town has some responsibility. So forwarded this to our insurance company, and we'll see what they have to say. Okay, receive and file the monthly reports. Hearing no objection, Town Board, Town of Windsor shall receive and file with the town clerk the attached monthly reports for the following departments for April 2022. Justice Calderon, Myers, Police Department, Building Department, Recreation Department, Tax Receiver Utility Report, Tax Receiver Monthly Statement, Town Clerk, and the New Windsor Emergency Medical Services. 38, 39. Okay, so now we're at the public forum. So before I open up the public, I'm asking any of the board members that they want to type up on anything. I'll look to the left, to the ladies, to the right. Okay, so we'll open up to the public. You let me know if anybody comes on, and you want to say something? Sue? Say something. I'm the only one that has to do all this talking. No, Alberto, say something. Oh, no, I was only kidding. Alberto, oh my God. Can we talk after? Go ahead.
So just one question for item number 12, which is calling public hearing working sound speed limit. Just wanted to see if that was the next meeting. I just want to clarify that. And the second part of that question, as I brought up this before, traffic studies. Have there been traffic studies done in that part of town? And I'm assuming in some parts are 30, 45. So see how long have you been pushing for this? Kind of changing the speed limit for the whole town.
Okay, I'll answer that. Anybody on there? Hey. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna close the public forum portion, and I'll answer your question. Listen, the speed limit on our night end of town is 40. We tried to get it all to 30. They only said one road. And the state law is pretty clear. We can only go 230. If we could go lower, the board has often said we go to 15 miles an hour, some developments. But how crazy it gets sometimes is we have actually had, and the police chief can back this up, we have had people doing 80, 90 miles an hour in developments. So a lot of this has to do with personal responsibility. And people need to take, I and the police chief cannot have everybody out there every day getting everybody. So we were trying to get it down, and usually if the speed limit is 30, most people are over 30. So if it's 40, they're over 40. So we were just trying to get it down. We were not successful, but we are not done. We are going to find out why. Okay? Okay, Chair will entertain a motion, Town Board, Town of New Windsor, adjourn the Town Board meeting at 7:40 PM. Motion,
Move. Second.
roll call.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Detti?
Yeah.
Councilwoman Santiago?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lincoln?
Yes.
Supervisor Myers?
Yes.